Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carene Mekertichyan. I am an ISC Ensemble member and the Artistic Associate for Social Justice. And I am joined today by Carolina Xique, ISC's Marketing Assistant and the producer of our awesome Art Break podcast. Hello.
Hi, nice to see you.
Good to see you too. So we're just going to have a little conversation here. And I wanted to first start off by asking you to tell us a little bit about how the ISC Art Break podcast came to be in this really wild time that we're in right now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's definitely one of the better things to come out of 2020. So days before we started the stay-at-home orders, we were at ISC and we're figuring out whether or not we were going to do the programming we had set out to do this year. And as more of our educational events and classes started getting canceled, Melissa and David asked me, like, hypothetically, what could we do to start a podcast? And so I do podcasting in my free time. I do the Educated Active podcast. And so as we drew closer to the pandemic and we started working from home, we had more of these meetings about making it a reality. So like what it looked like, what topics we were going to cover, and how we could use the platform to speak to LA from the safety of our homes. And then we made the podcast. That's kind of how it came about.
Yeah, and it's been really great. How many, you all have done a lot of episodes. I know I've been watching, and I even did one time.
Yeah, we've had 11 thus far. I'm excited to do even more.
Yeah, it feels like it was so long ago, but it's been a really great journey. Have there been any particular moments or episodes that really stood out to you?
A lot of them. Honestly, the best part about this is getting to meet as many people as I have through ISC. I feel super privileged to do that. Just meeting people has been amazing. But I think the moment, or the episode that stuck with me most was the episode about racism in theatrical institutions, because it's an issue really close to my heart. But I got to talk to Dominic Taylor, Dr. J. Austin Williams, and my friend and mentor, Chris Anthony, people I admire so deeply. And there was this thing Dominic Taylor said in particular, which is something I really can't ever forget. But basically, it was something like, most theater educators can't name artists of color past the 1950s. And that's like being a political science teacher and only knowing presidents from Eisenhower onward. You would say that teacher is unqualified. And
yes.
I'm sorry, it really spoke to my experience. Like I really felt like I wasn't alone at that point. I was like, I remember walking through school and being like, why isn't there more of this in my teaching that I really want? And it just, it was really nice to have that validation when I first heard that.
Yeah, Dominic Taylor is so brilliant. I feel like every time he speaks, there's so much I learn from him, and I'm just like, please. I've always said, I'm like, I just want to, can I audit one of your classes? Because I would truly learn so much.
It was so cool. And getting to talk with him and Dr. J, who I'd known before at Cal State Long Beach, and Chris Anthony. That was like the hardest episode to put together, like as far as audio editing. But it was I feel like I was in class the whole time I was listening to it over and over and over again. It really just like became ingrained into my brain and body.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, speaking of that really great episode, I do want to know, what can we expect from future Art Break? Will there be more? What's been happening? Because I'm always waiting for the next one.
A lot more. We're looking at possibly ending season 1 and coming to season 2, hopefully. And as we, go through this pandemic, however long that takes, we're planning on tackling more important stories about art during the pandemic, because that's becoming more and more of a clearer idea. We started the idea of the pandemic with what is art going to look like, and I feel like now we're starting to get there. Now it's become, this kind of pandemic art, which I love to study more of. And then we're going to have our nice little analyzing Shakespeare breaks in between as well. So you can look out for those things. I don't want to give away too much.
Ooh, yay. Yes, I'm excited. And where can people find the podcast?
You can find it at iscla.org/podcast or Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Google Play or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Not like I don't see you, but
I know, every
I'll
week.
be seeing you soon again. Thank
For
you.
sure.
I'll be seeing you. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, Carene.
Bye.
Bye.